we want to compare apples to apples between UK and US markets.
So even though they are not a big island, not a big nation, but yeah, they spend a lot of money online.
And engagement is crazy. It's like close to 90% engagement.
Their engagement is better in UK email marketing
than in US.
Than in US. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Email Einstein, the podcast by Flowium.
Here's Andriy and
Vira Sadlak.
And today we are recording first time in a lifetime in person from greatest city in the world, London, Great Britain. I've been here only for what?
Few hours?
No, almost 24 hours, like probably 1 hour short, so 23 hours.
Where is your British accent, Andriy? You should have picked up some by now.
From Ukraine. My cousin, he lives here, and he asked me, do you understand accents? I do. And he said, now, because he used to live in Ukraine, and he now tell me, now I understand that you have an accent as well.
Actually want to test you on accents, because there are so many accents in Great Britain. I bet you won't understand Scottish accent, because sometimes people from London don't understand it. It's so different.
I like to say that I'm good with accents, but I'm not good with accents. I'm good with clues. I'm reading facial. If you tell me one word, I will probably not guess. But if you tell me the combination of, the sentence or the conversation, I'll pretty good with catching. Nice. Because we've been in Lisbon for a week. We have our annual executive meeting, and Bobby, he's from Macedonia, and Martin's from Bulgaria. So Martin talks Bulgarian, Bobby talks Macedonia, and they understand each other.
Right.
And I did understood what they were talking about, word by word, no, but general idea.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Because they speak Slavic languages. And
yeah. We do speak Slavic as well.
Yeah. That's why you were able to understand them. Cool, Andriy. So almost 24 hours in London. What have you noticed so far that is different here compared to New York, the greatest city in the world?
After New York. The first thing when I'm walking on the streets, pedestrian, I'm not talking, there's how do you call it? Left
right
side?
I think it's the right side, no? The wheels are on the right, so it's a left side.
Yeah, street. Anyway, but even when you're walking, typically I walk on the right side, and here it's not common. This morning, after probably 15 minutes, I'm realizing that I'm walking on the wrong street. That's why I'm bumping to pedestrians. So this one, it's probably the biggest one so far.
That's why they thoughtfully put the signs on the streets, look left or look right, because things are different here.
I love also their supporting feminism, I think, where they have a traffic light, so there's no guy.
I haven't noticed that.
There's a circle with a lady. You know that lady, circle with a plus and circle with an arrow.
Okay.
I'm not sure, it's only maybe in the center, but all signs when it's green, when it's red, it's a guy. When it's green, it's a both sex.
Oh, nice. Interesting. But signs here, traffic lights in London, are more suggestions, if you know what I mean, because it's a very heavily pedestrian city. So traffic lights are more suggestions. They're like Christmas lights. Everyone likes them. They're fun. They're colorful. But yeah.
Another thing which was crazy to me, I was exit the airport and I was about to grab Uber, and I'm Uber is 1 hour 30 minutes to my place, and the train is 40 minutes, and I'm whoa, something is wrong. So I double check on Google Map, and it's correct, and I'm well, hold on, why do I need to pay 60 or 70 euros
and pay £3.50?
Yeah, and I'm okay, so it's no brainer. But I expected the New York style metro or subway, and it was 1,000 times cooler, cleaner, more comfortable.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I love New York subway. It's you never know what to expect there. There's always some sort of entertaining in New York subway, but it's less civilized, I'd say, than UK. I think the UK London subway might be one of the oldest one in the world. I might be wrong, but they've got to be.
Yeah, I don't know.
But it's pretty civilized compared to New York. I love that in New York you have the signs no pole dancing in the in the cars. Have you seen it?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean they put it for a reason.
But still, you can see some pole
Yay.
dancers.
You go, girl. I love that. I love that. Yeah. I
But
mean,
in terms of, if we're talking about like franchise,
mm,
famous brands, some of them which are not popular in US, and here's they extremely popular. Let's say Burger King is not as popular. It's popular, but it's not as popular as McDonald's, for example,
mhm.
or the coffee I had this morning. What was it?
I think it's French bread. Pret, it's called. It's French
Pre-
franchise.
Pret
Yeah,
something.
Pret Manger. I don't know how to pronounce it.
Yeah.
It's a French word.
And there's just only few in Manhattan, in New York City. Here it's like on every corner.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Starbucks is not a thing here,
Yeah.
and I mean the coffee here in general is much better than in the States. I might be biased, but I think it's better.
It is because I mean the next famous brand in US it's Dunkin' Donuts.
Oh, that's like the worst coffee ever.
Yeah,
Like
I
the
agree. I
worst.
agree. So, but if there's no other selections, I always ask them, give me regular coffee, but put shot of espresso because like regular coffee I cannot drink. It's like black water.
Yeah, pretty much. You explained it nicely. In Canada, they actually came up with this concept of double double. Do you know what double double is? No.
No clue.
Like we have Tim Hortons. Have you been to Tim Hortons?
Yes.
It's like a, for those of you who are not from Canada, it's like a biggest chain of coffee and food in Canada, and their coffee is bad, like Dunkin' Donuts kind of bad.
Mhm.
And what they did, they came up with this drink called double double. So it's basically coffee with 2 sugars and 2 milk,
Mhm.
and it's very drinkable. Because like you can drink like dirt if you put like 2 sugars and 2 milk in
Yes,
it,
like
right?
when I love hot sauce, and the team already know because last week I put hot sauce on everything. But my wife said like, listen, you can eat anything with a hot sauce.
Pretty
Like,
much. You
yeah,
can taste the thing. You
yeah.
can taste the
And
thing.
my level of hot sauce, I mean, I'm not like professional, but compared to normal people, my hot sauce level is extreme.
Extreme. Are you crying when you're like eating?
Uh, I cried only once, but cried with big tears, like really, like
Because you were watching Baby Penguin's video
no,
while
no,
eating.
no, no. It was I was eating hot wings in chicken buffalo wild something, and I
Mm,
tried the red one, the like a little bit extreme one.
cool. Well, guys, in today's episode, we're not going to be talking about hot sauce. We're going to be talking actually about the things that we think are different in e-commerce in UK versus US. Before we go there, Andriy, who do you think spends more in like in UK e-commerce people or like e-commerce customers or US?
In terms of quantities or in terms of percentage,
Percentage of their income.
I would say US.
And actually, that's not true. Even though US people are richer, can I say that? I mean, US people are on average like 20% richer than UK people, but percentage wise, UK people spend more on e commerce and they shop more. And actually, the another fun thing I've noticed is that people do not shop as much for groceries like physically.
Mhm.
Almost like everyone orders everything to home. Do you guys shop physically or?
No, we do physically, but there's certain food that we order online that
Yeah.
we cannot go physically, especially the Iberian pork from Spain. So they ship it online, ship it to us. And another, there's a farm in New Jersey. Every 2 weeks we have distribution point in our house. I mean, we volunteering; they don't pay us anything,
Interesting.
but it's a small farm. I mean, it's a farm, not small. I don't know, big or
Uh
small,
huh.
but they deliver to our house, put on the front yard, and people from different parts of Staten Island where we live come to pick up their like portions.
Wow.
It's
So
like
you're
it's
the
yeah.
meat dealer.
Yeah, I know. And just for you, for listeners, while we're recording this podcast, maybe you want to expand your e-commerce business to UK or different maybe countries, and it's important for you to understand that yes, the product is the same, the language is the same, English,
Hmm.
but culture, perception, even big brands, huge brands did many mistakes because they treat the culture and people the same as they do it in US or vice versa, and that brand might have bad publicity.
Mhm.
What is the name of the hooker or something in UK? It's like Pepper or something. And Dr. Pepper, when they, I don't know of the full story, but basically the legit brand drink, like I believe it's a Dr. Pepper or something.
Mhm.
And there's was advertising about like, hey, don't be something something. And when it was advertised in UK, it
Mm.
was like, hey, don't be like prostitute or something, and it was terrible. And but it just gives you the power of culture. So don't assume. And today Vera prepared things that we want to compare apples to apples between UK and US markets.
Yeah. Did I prepare them though? We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, it's interesting. I remember Cola, like Coke, they had one big promotion. Maybe you remember it when they put some like most popular names on their cans. So you could actually like buy Andriy can or buy Vira can or whatever and share it
Yes,
with your
yes.
friend. But actually in the States, it was different. In UK, they did the name thing because the names are like similar. There are some like popular names here. In US, the population is so diverse and they have so many names. They changed their campaign and they actually put the quotes from famous songs. So it's like easier to share. But the
Nice.
campaign was equally as successful in both countries. And actually, Dove, this skincare brand, you know them,
Yes,
like
like for
yeah, like
I
soaps
yeah,
and
I
whatever.
use them for
They
soap.
did like a similar thing. They had like this big promotion a few years ago where they were showing that beauty can be diverse and everything. So in UK they showed like the same age people but like in different body shapes and stuff like that. In UK they changed the campaign and did the campaign with different like races and different
Mhm.
like ages and different like bodies and stuff like that because US is very diverse compared to UK. Can I say that? I don't know.
Mhm.
But they are changing things. And what was actually interesting for me, I have my little research here, is that US is very different from UK in terms of e-commerce category preferences. So for example, as I already mentioned, like the main category in UK for e-commerce shopping is actually food. Like this is the category that people spend the most money on. In US, it's either health, pets, or automotive, which is very interesting. But I think it's like auto thing is because it's like an expensive product and people do shop online. But that was very interesting for me.
Interesting.
Yeah. So yeah, categories are very different. What was interesting for me as well is that in UK, everyone shops online. So for example, 60% of Americans are still like shopping physically in grocery stores versus only 47% of Brits shop physically. But here also like the older generation shop online as well. So the demographic is slightly different here. Like
Mhm.
here everyone is like shopping online, and I guess maybe it's because the population is more dense. Maybe it's because they are more tech savvy. I don't know, but
So I cannot tell about say about the entire population, but what I hear a lot in my Ukrainian network from like older people, same age people like us, that they don't like to shop food online
mhm,
because of the selection. So they cannot select. They like to select like those cucumbers or the right tomato. And Amazon or other food delivery services, they pick
right,
whatever is there, you know.
right. Yeah, no, for me it's just like for the sake of saving time, and I'm not a big fan of shopping, physical shopping. But like ever since I moved to UK, it's kind of fun because supermarkets are so much more like diverse. They have so many like interesting things here compared to US and Canada. In US and Canada, ours is like pretty standard, pretty straightforward. Here's everything is so like diverse. I love it. Yeah. So, another thing that I'm not as interesting is that Amazon is less popular in UK than in the States.
Hmm.
It's like they have like not as big of a selection as we do have on like even Canadian Amazon. People don't shop as much on Amazon. Why do you think this is the case?
I mean, my hypothesis is that Amazon is a US brand, a US company, and they were first built in US with all the distribution center and the biggest market. As you said, people are more richer in
Hmm.
US, and UK, it's only the expansion market. It's a market they going after, but maybe it's not. Again, it's not the same as US. And they maybe when they started, they were treating UK the same as they were treating US.
Right. That's actually the struggle that I have right now because I'm launching my book number 3
Mhm.
and it's about soccer. And normally what we do, we launch the same book for every marketplace, right? It's
Mhm.
in English, so we just like launch it for everyone. But we can't do this with UK because in UK it's not soccer, it's football, right?
Mhm.
So we
Yeah.
need to rewrite everything so it like sounds better and because it's a poem book. So yeah, that's interesting. And they do have like a big sellers here that are not Amazon or like Costco or something. And they've had
Who
this
is it?
like Tesco is pretty big here. Do we
That's
have Tesco? Do we
I
have
never.
Tesco in
No.
States or Canada? No, I don't think we do. Like Tesco has everything. They are like Costco in Canada or States. They have like travel agencies. You can buy insurance from them. You can buy products,
But
everything.
is there any other competitive marketplaces, not physical but online?
Yeah, Tesco has one. But there is one more. I forgot the name of it. Not a direct competition to Amazon, but people just shop differently here.
Because I know recently spoke with one agency in Ukraine,
Uh-huh.
and they said that, for example, in Ukrainian market, people prefer to shop with the marketplaces,
Hmm.
and there's some marketplaces like Promo UA or
Yeah, yeah,
something,
yeah. It's a big
and
one.
they're bigger than the stores. Like they are not as popular. So even merchants or brands, when they sell their products, they don't focus on their stores at all. They just
Hmm.
focus on the marketplaces,
Yeah,
which is
very often they don't even have like the store. They don't even have like a physical like website or physical store or anything. They just sell there.
so. I mean, as a brand, this is hypothesis. I don't have a brand, so please take my advice as with grain of salt. I know many people in US are against Amazon, like small brands,
Interesting.
not small, even bigger brands. The company we work with, Roosevelt's,
Hmm.
they don't sell on Amazon on purpose, and
But
there's
they are
other.
higher end product,
They
right?
are, yeah. But this is just hypothesis that maybe if you don't sell on Amazon in US,
Hmm.
maybe try it on Amazon in different countries, let's say in UK or vice versa.
Right. I think UK e-commerce market is the fifth largest e-commerce market in the world.
Do you know?
Do you want to guess the first five?
I know the which was shocking for me. Brazil is a big one.
What? No, that's not on my list. Maybe it is, but I mean, like
Okay, so
specifically e-commerce
okay,
wise. I guess mine was like percentage wise, like I don't know. The biggest one is US, number
no,
one,
no. I
which
mean
is
that.
like expected.
Yeah,
And number two is China. That's like my thing. Number three was Japan.
okay.
Number four, you want to guess number four?
Japan, Canada,
No, Canada is like 30 million people who are very not tech savvy. It's in Europe, but it's not UK. Guess.
Germany is small.
Yes, it's
Really?
Germany. Yes,
But
Germany is not small. Germany is like the biggest economy in Europe. Technically, Germany and UK they are kind of in this like rivalry or whatever the word is. Yeah, so Germany
wow,
is like the fourth one, and UK is number five in the world. So even though they are not a big island, not a big nation, but yeah, they spend a lot of money online. Not
nice,
on Amazon stuff though. I,
nice.
I feel like they put more efforts into branding here for some reason. Maybe because they started pretty early, maybe because they don't have this like Amazon alternative, but they put more efforts into branding compared to like US.
Okay. What do you have for third point? Comparing
Third point. This is an interesting one, which was actually shocking to me. It says that Gen Z have a higher tolerance for email marketing in UK. They are basically like their engagement is better in UK email marketing
than
compared
in US.
than in US.
Hmm.
Maybe it's because their email marketing market is not as saturated, but yeah, it says that, and it's all based on this research that we'll share. Gen Z Brits have the most tolerance out of all demographics for hearing from brands frequently in their inboxes.
Hmm.
So, which
I see.
is interesting. Gen
S-
Z, this is like younger kids, right? This is like after millennial, I think.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. So after us,
Yes, younger.
we
Yeah.
are millennials, correct?
We are millennials.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. It's very interesting for me as a marketer. Why do you think this is the case? Like why their email is doing better?
I always have something to say, but here I'm like clueless. Mobile thing, but
Yeah, probably.
I would say that I know in Europe messengers are more popular than WhatsApp.
Yeah.
Like messengers are huge because in US people don't use messengers
Right, at
much.
all, at all. And here people actually are building their branding based on like messengers. Like every brand will have like a WhatsApp messenger, or like they don't necessarily even have like support channels, like regular support channels. Everything is done through WhatsApp.
Mm.
And this is like one of the most popular social media here actually.
But self promotion, if you're planning to go to UK market and you do need email marketing, and if you want talk to our experts, go to flowium.com/contact us and we'll advise you how to do better email marketing in UK.
Right, because I personally work with one brand who has like who's like initially UK brand, but they do have like American store as
Who's
well.
that?
Can we like name
Of
the
course, why not?
sports edits?
Oh, okay. Do we still have them?
No, no, we used to work with them like years
Oh,
ago.
I
They're
actually
pretty big here in UK.
last minute I emailed him Nick, the founder or co-founder, to meet, but it was probably too late.
Mm.
They are in. I know he is located approximately in
Hmm.
Richmond area.
That's such a cool
But
area.
also we have another one, Kavi.
Oh, are they UK?
Yeah, they have an office
The
here.
guinea pig one.
Yeah,
Oh, shout out to them. I love their branding. I love what they're doing.
but they have some other brands like a bird something,
Uh-huh.
but it's a clothing brand. It's not anything with a.
Anything with animals. That's interesting, Andre. I had no idea. But that was like interesting. I didn't realize that like when you have like multiple stores in multiple countries, apparently you need like different email accounts, or like different almost like
No, you can have the same account, but your life will become a nightmare.
it was a nightmare for us until we like
I do not recommend, even if you think you're saving money on a software, which we're talking about pennies, comparing to the issues it might cause you, especially with the compliance and everything else.
what was the biggest like challenge having everything in like one
I
thing?
mean, the first, the basic, it's a currency
Currencies, yeah, it was
because
it
you
was
cannot
tricky.
set multiple currencies in one account.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we had that issue too.
And also the compliance in US, you can email anyone you want.
Literally.
Legally, we do not recommend it, but legally, you can even buy a list and blast them all day long. Like, is it profitable? Is it good? No, do not do this. But legally, you can.
As long as you have the unsubscribe link, as
Yes,
long as
as
you
long
can.
the Can Spam Act of from 2000, what 3 or 13 states that you just need to have unsubscribe link.
Yeah, it's not the case in UK or Canada, so
No,
be careful with that. Yeah.
the police can knock on your door if you like email to wrong person.
Email, email police. They would probably be very nice and polite, because that's what I notice with Brits. They are super nice. They are not going to tell you what they really think in your face, but yeah, that's a
Just
topic
behind your back.
just behind your back. That's a topic for another episode. Since we started talking about like social media and stuff, Americans are actually more likely to engage with brands on social media, believe it or not. So, nearly one third of Americans spend 3 or more hours per day scrolling social media. Like 30 something percent are like spending more than 3 hours, versus like 25% Brits. How much time do you spend on social media daily?
Not much, probably maximum 30 minutes or less. I like to limit to 15, but it's max,
You're
like 30 minutes.
such an inspiration, Andre. I spend way too much time on social media.
So I did. I believe I told you that I stopped using Instagram
Right.
since August, and I just come back to it. But
Hmm.
still, I don't have that drive anymore. I lost interest
Right.
to use it.
We do have an amazing Flowium channel, though, or like Flowium Instagram, where we post a lot of really cool stuff. So definitely follow us.
Yeah, and even today we did the more live thing, what's going on in the brand.
Mhm.
So last week I was posting everything from our trip to Lisbon. So yeah, sign up if you want to see behind the scenes.
Yes, definitely. Here are some interesting stats that I found. in the state, 83% of people who are like social media who have social media presence, they say that they follow and interact with brands on social media. But in UK, it's under 70%. So 83% of US people are talking to brands online and only 70 something in UK. Which is interesting because I mean, I love following UK brands. They're so smart, they're so witty, they're always like very fun. I love that British sense of humor. This is like nothing can top for me that British sense of humor. But yeah, but the social media scene is very different here. Just like we discussed, they are huge on this like messengers, WhatsApp, Telegram, stuff like that. Their most popular social media here is Instagram. Compared to US. Do you know which one is like the biggest one in US?
I mean, now I can see it. Facebook. I don't know. I don't understand Facebook.
Like, I don't get it. No.
I don't use it at all.
It's very big for like brands who are trying to grow their presence through like Facebook communities and groups. That's how we promote our products anyways. We write these children books, and I hang out a lot in like teachers groups and like mom groups. These communities, they are tight. It's like, and they are super engaged.
On one side, I said I don't get it, but on another, I do, because I have this Ukrainian group of immigrants in US, which
that you started like years ago.
Yeah, but it's like more than 50,000. And to be honest, I have no clue how to monetize. Like I have an engagement is they're crazy. It's like close to 90% engagement.
Insane.
Yeah.
But I love that group. I am in that group, even though I'm like, it's very entertaining.
So right now, when I tell anybody about that group, say, hey, this is an amazing group, just join to if you ask questions. But I said, just be careful and open-minded what you're asking, because some people can
Ukrainians are very opinionated. They have opinion on everything. I remember our friends, actually our mutual friends from Mexico, you know who I'm talking about, this couple from Mexico that we know, Ira and Stas. Yes, they actually pretty cool. They explained the difference between like American experts group and like Ukrainian experts. You remember this?
Yeah, I do.
They basically said, like, for those of you who are listening, they basically said that when you're posting something in like American expert group and you say like, hey, dear Americans, where to purchase apples in Mexico, they would be like, here is a good marketplace. Here's a good supermarket. You go there, you do that. This is the price for the market. When you post it in like Ukrainian group, though, they will have a lot of opinions about apples.
Yeah, why do you need apples in Mexico?
You're in Mexico. Eat mangoes, freaking American. Yeah. So these groups, they can be pretty intense, but yeah, that's interesting.
But this is again shows you the importance to know your audience,
the cultural aspects,
why you're selling.
Yeah, that's true.
Want to discover how much money your email marketing can actually bring you? If that's the case, let our team of email marketing experts show you how. With our free email marketing audit, we'll conduct a comprehensive analysis of your email marketing efforts, provide you with an action plan, and show you how to effectively segment and convert your audience. Simply go to flowium.com/audit and book your audit today.
Another difference, I don't know if it's like related to e-commerce or not, but Americans, they are eating out more than Brits. They spend much more money on that. So like 45% of Americans eating out at least once a week, when here it's like 20 something percent. So
hold on. So by eating out, you mean like go out physically and eat somewhere else?
Yeah,
or just
like,
order?
Or take out or whatever. Here it's not as popular.
But when you said you order food, and that statistic about food, you said it's about only groceries.
Yes.
Not the...
Yes.
Oh, yes. So even like according to my family, we eating out a lot.
Few times a week. Yeah. I guess just like in Europe, they are more conscious about their spendings because they make less money, but also they are more conscious about like consumption in general. They are more sustainable in general than Americans.
So I was in a train or subway or what's called tube.
Yeah,
tube. Because I'm like paying attention to all advertising that I see around, and
Uh-huh.
one brand it calls like Briff, Briff,
Uh-huh.
something. So I didn't check their brand online, but it's a cool concept that they use one's brand waste products. Let's
Hmm.
say you cutting clothing, for example, and you have that waste products, and they sell it or for free. I'm not sure if it's non for profit. They give it to another brand to
Mm.
produce some other product. So
Oh,
it's
that's
like
cool.
the
That's cool.
products go. There's no waste products.
Nice. Yeah, they're huge into sustainability. Today, I just showed you this Library of Things brand that I'm like
Oh, I
obsessed
love it.
with. So basically, a week ago, I needed to hang some like pictures in my place or like a mirror or something. And I didn't have, how do you call it? The drill or whatever?
Yeah, drill.
Yeah, I needed to get a drill, but it's like 300 pounds at least to buy. And I don't need it to buy. But here in UK, they have this really cool concept that is called Library of Things. So all around the city, they have this like little stands or like almost like a wall with little cabbies. And in each of these cabbies, they have like different things. They have like drills, projectors, I don't know, vacuum cleaners, whatever you might need, but you don't use as often. And you can pay not a lot of money. I paid like £6 per day, and you can rent it for a day and then return it.
Nice.
And it's like so cool because we live in smaller spaces here, so we don't even have space to store
Yeah.
stuff.
No, this is very cool. And if you watch us on YouTube, you see the video. I recorded a quick video showing you this how it looks.
Hmm.
But it's very cool concept, and I wish we have something similar in US because there's things that I would like to rent for a day and
Hmm.
not more.
We have it in like Home Depot or like
Oh no,
this,
but
but it's like
it's
the
like
entire concept is like different. Here it's like so seamless. It's like you literally order it online. Sometimes you can do it through app or it's through app, and they send you like a code through SMS, and that's it. And you just go to the cubby, pick up your thing, and that's it.
yeah. In Home Depot, it's like nightmare. Like you just go. First of all, you need to find that department. It's a quest to find
Always.
that department. Then you need to find the person who worked there because typically there's nobody there. But they are more geared towards commercial
Hmm.
use. They typically use the heavy equipment,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
expensive one. They will not rent you a screwdriver.
Yeah, that's true. No, here it's different. And they don't have this like return culture though. So you can't like buy thing and return as easily as in Canada or US. It
Yeah,
doesn't work this way.
I figure with the road. I mean, we're recording on the roads right now. I told you about that. I
Yeah, I know.
complained. I complained them so much, and they're like,
Is it road? No, it's sure, Andriy. Don't yeah,
uh,
don't like
no, no. Hold on, Rode they have amazing microphone. Not taking against their microphones, but the returning policy. How can
return.
you test something without opening?
In UK, you gotta learn how to do that because you can't return things. You can, but it's like very difficult. Even like the same brands like IKEA, you can't return things to IKEA as easily. So you need to be sure about things that you're buying before
Uh,
you
I
commit to
s-
things.
I said to Vera that like the level of comfort and level of service does not compete with US. Like
Yeah,
if
no.
you live only in US, you don't travel much, and you're complaining about US service, I would say you're getting best of the best in the world. So
You might be biased because you live in New York. You are literally getting the best of the best in the world. But
uh,
here, to be fair, this their service and customer service is not as good as American service, like in general. But at least they don't have the culture of tips at all. So you don't.
yeah, because they included.
Well,
Yesterday, like I ate the Ramsey Gordon
you went to Gordon Ramsay place. You've been here for like 20 minutes and you've already been to that restaurant.
because it's only one restaurant which was open first of all, and but the
That's true.
burger place, not the. Does he has any fancy
He
one?
has like a restaurant too, like a restaurant.
Ah, okay, no, I went to the fast food
Oh,
one.
okay.
And I'm like, can I give you a tip on the card? And she said, don't worry, it's already included. And I'm like, okay, thanks.
But it's like 5% or like
Ah, okay.
3% or something.
Okay.
It's not like 30% like your Americans paying. It's like,
No, that
yeah.
is expensive for America.
Like I like this culture here. And yes, our restaurants are not open as late as like in US.
I figured.
Like today we're having dinner at like 8:15, and I literally found the only place in the whole Hammersmith area that serves dinner that late. because there are like certain rules that you have to follow. Like you can only have coffee by this time, or you can only have lunch during this time. That's what makes it different from America. Yeah. So yeah, and the last point that I have on my list, anyways, but we kind of talked about it. Brits are more like sustainable than Americans. They purchase less, they return less, they think about sustainability. So you can see in a lot of advertisement and marketing, that's a huge topic here. Like this is like people are motivated by sustainability here.
I don't understand why it's so undervalued topic or
Mm-hmm.
not as important, because it's like global warming and all issues what's going on in the world because of that.
Mm-hmm.
And we are more wasteful nation in the US. Unfortunately, there's good initiatives going
Mm-hmm.
on, but still we do one thing good here, but 10 times bad, you know.
Yeah. I think the only carbon neutral country in the world, like, guess you probably might have heard about it. The only country that uses less than it produces, or like the other way. I mean, they don't leave their
Uh,
carbon
that
footprint.
that hold on, I will Switzerland or something.
No, actually, it's the Bhutan, the little country in the mountains of like Himalayas, and
Oh, I never. I
yeah, they're very conscious about their like nature and everything. That's why it's like one of the most expensive countries in the world, because they charge you for being in that country. I think it's like $300 per day just like to stay there, because they don't want to have like a lot of tourism and a lot of like people from outside, because they are very conscious about the footprint that they are leaving. That's interesting actually, but yeah, and actually, I'm not as that recycling here is like a big topic too compared to US. I don't know, compared to Canada, anyways. I don't know your US situation here, but here everyone is very like
so
conscious about recycling and
one
stuff.
more thing that I notice here in the fast food restaurants, as well as the smaller, not known for to me brands,
Hmm.
that they trying to automate things. You know, those like dashboards where
Oh
you
yeah,
order food.
always. Hmm.
It's not as common. It becomes more common in US, but it's not as common where you have to order on the screen and
Hmm.
they deliver to you. Here's like all restaurants like that,
Yeah.
and even small brands are kind of copying the big dogs,
Uh huh.
as you like to say. There's like some chicken thing next to where I'm staying. Maybe it's well known in UK, but I don't think so.
Uh huh.
And they do the same thing, the same monitors, and you ordering on, not online, but ordering on the screen.
Hmm.
And it's, I think this is so cool.
Yeah, you can do everything here. They have like QR codes on your table where you can like order online, pay online, and they will just bring you food. So you pay up front very often. That's the
So
thing. It's very efficient, actually.
this thing I did only once
Really?
in the
Where?
US.
In what's the name of that brand? Like a chicken place, right?
No, actually it was pop up restaurant,
Oh,
but we
okay.
have to order. You have to order and pay on the spot. They give you a table,
Yeah.
and we do all the things, and they bring you food. So which is was kind of weird.
I like it actually. It's like so much like less time consuming and
I'm big on technology.
uh-huh.
I love technology, but I do appreciate certain things like restaurants.
Uh-huh.
I would rather talk to the person, even with the rude person, you know.
Right.
I would rather have that experience, human
Uh-huh.
experience, versus like through machines. Like,
Yeah.
because that's why I go to restaurants, to have that experience.
No, I'm the
Even
other way.
today we're recording a podcast episode, and I'm like, it's a little bit weird, but at the same time so cool to kind of to look in eyes, like,
Uh-huh.
because when you look in the
In the camera, yeah.
yeah, it's like it's a different. I'm excited for the future, but at the same time I'm scared, because I don't want it to be like our kids to, I don't know, date a robot, you know.
Oh, come on.
But listen, it's
It can happen. I love that. Yeah. Yeah, I can see what you're saying, but I appreciate this like efficiency. I hate like waiting for them to bring the food and to wait for them to bring the tags and wait for them to bring the machine. Everything here is like so fast and so fast paced. I love it. Yeah. Of
cool.
course, when you're going to like a fancy restaurant or something, it's a different experience. But today we're gonna go to pub, and probably we'll have to pay up front, because that's the thing. You go to the bar, you pay up front, they bring you the food. That's like the thing here. Maybe that's why they don't have tips, because what are you tipping for? One thing that I do appreciate though is that they have the tax included. So I love that. VAT, VAT, whatever tax, it's included always. So it's like easier to pre-plan your stuff.
Nice.
Yeah. So these are like the biggest differences that I've noticed anyways. If you guys have any other things that you've noticed that are different in UK versus US, let us know in the comments. But I'm sure I will start noticing more of those things since I moved here.
Well, let's close it out.
Yeah. Thank you so much for watching it. And stay tuned for more episodes. We actually have an exciting series coming.
Yeah, actually, we about to record the next one about starting e-commerce business, and
Yes.
it would be a series. And so stay tuned for the next episode.
And we would be wearing the same things because we're literally recording it in 5 minutes from now. So stay tuned, you guys. Yeah. Thank you.
Hey, if you're watching this and you like what you see, please hit subscribe and hit the bell because it helps us grow our channel.